I'm using a classy case to inject some excitement into an older MacBook. The case we're trying is Andar's full-grain leather case for MacBook called the Helm. You see, I'm still working with the base model M1 MacBook Air from 2020. Not that old, but old enough to feel like I'm missing out sometimes on these new MacBooks. One way I've combated that feeling of missing out in the past is with a small, affordable upgrade. Really what I've done this with are mobile phones. I don't upgrade my iPhone every year. What I like to do is make things feel fresh and new with a cool case. I don't know what this says about my brain, but a simple switch like that kind of tricks it. Honestly, it feels like I'm holding a brand new product because the case is new. So really what I want to try to do is implement this same strategy with a MacBook. Before this, the only cases I had ever looked at for a MacBook were clear ones. They seemed kind of cheap. This could not be further from that. Now, not only is it not clear, it is very much leather. This is the opposite of cheap. It is very well made. Makes me feel kind of businessy. Like I'm gonna walk in my leather boots and open up my leather briefcase and pull out this leather laptop.
I have many leather-bound books.
Honestly, the word that keeps coming to my brain is classy. It's just a classy feeling product. I love that. I dig it. I think it looks great. I am very pleased with what this looks like. Again, classy, businessy. It's premium full-grain oil waxed leather. You're only going to be using this for the MacBook Pro and MacBook Air. I don't see any other brands or models of laptop available yet. So MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. The inside of this has a soft microfiber lining, so you're not going to get scratches on your MacBook. There are cutouts that offer easy access to all ports and all of your speakers. There are even cutouts on the bottom for MacBook Pro models that have fans that allow the vents to breathe, allow your fans to work. That way you don't have to worry about overheating issues. It's super duper easy to install, but not super duper easy to take off. But I'm going to show you how to take this case off a little later in the video because it is a snug case, especially the top shell. Bottom shell's cake. Top shell, snug. The colorways on these cases are absurd. There are so many. The colorway that I requested for the Helm was the navy version because honestly, I think navy and rose gold just look super great together. And of course, I have the rose gold M1 MacBook Air, and rose gold's the greatest color that Apple has ever done. Also, want to mention, if you're putting this on a MacBook Air, one of the features of the MacBook Air is that it's just a really light machine. It just feels like a little laptop feather, I guess. But this definitely adds a little bit of heft. So you're going to notice that right away. I don't know if that's a problem for anybody, but I kind of like it. And again, I don't know what this says about my brain, but it tricks me into thinking that I'm rocking a new product and I'm grateful for it. I'm excited to have something new, something to use that's a little bit different and that keeps me from spending unnecessary money. I am happy with my MacBook Air in 2024. I'm still using it, and these things are an awesome price right now. I'm seeing these still at $750 for this exact model, and you can get the rose gold. Like I mentioned earlier, if you've already been researching this case, you have likely seen a comment or two about just how difficult the top of this case is to remove. The bottom half is pretty easy, but that top half is snug. You have to be very careful with this. I've seen some comments about people bending their fingernails back, scratching the sides of their MacBooks. That is not what anybody wants, and I'm sure that's not what Andar wants at all. So as promised, I want to show you how to get the top shell of this off. So what I've been doing is using this leather piece that Andar included, and I've been first starting in the bottom right-hand corner. As you can see, it's a lot looser here than it would be to try to tug away at the top. So bottom right hand corner, loose. I'd say it's the same over for the left hand corner, but I'm going to start on the bottom right. So this gives me the opportunity to pull this back a little bit. And what I do is I take this leather piece and I slide it into the crack there and pull it up into the bottom of the clip here. So as you can see, got my leather piece here, got it all the way into the bottom of the clip, and I'm going to give this a slight tug so that snaps off. There we go, and then my leather piece dropped. So now I'm going to use it again for clip number 2, which is right here. So I'm going to raise my camera a little bit for you. All right, and I'm going to pull this back. We got a lot more room now. I'm going to slide this leather piece up into the bottom of the clip here. Perfect. And so there we are at clip 2. And I'm going to use both hands to give this one a tug. This one's going to be a little tougher than the bottom one. But slight snap off, and there we go. There's 2. Got 2 clips. And the case just comes right off. Sometimes you have to do the top middle clip here. Sometimes that one stays hanging on a little bit. But really, a lot of the times, just after doing 2 clips, you're going to be good to go. But that's how I get the top shell off of the Andar Helm case. Like I mentioned before, I do switch up my phone cases a lot just to keep things fresh and new. I'm currently on last year's model of the iPhone, the 14 Pro Max, and Andar was kind enough to send me the Aspen in a limited edition color here. The Aspen also has the same soft microfiber cloth inside, and as you can see, MagSafe. So did it work? Did this leather case trick my brain like the phone cases trick my brain into thinking that I have kind of like a new phone? I would say, yeah, a little bit. I really like this case. I like it a lot, but it's not just the case. Honestly, it's still the fact that the M1 MacBook Air is still so powerful and still such a good computer, even in 2024. And it's going to stay in this leather case, and that's all there is to it. If you're interested in either of these high quality leather cases, I have a link in the description. Andar also gave me a special code to save you some money. Also, right now there's a better code than even the one they gave me on their site. So when you click into that link, check for that first. I'll list it below, but I'll also list my code just in case you don't get there in time for their holiday code.